If you struggle with shyness or social anxiety, check out our free No BS training course with actual useful advice you can do from home. None of that just get out there nonsense. The link is in the description below. For now, let's get to today's question.
The question, do people with schizoid personality disorder get social anxiety? Many people who have schizoid personality disorder report getting intense social anxiety. The ones that do not appear anxious in social situations are often hiding their real selves deep inside them while they wear a carefully constructed social mask, the schizoid mask. I have sat with many clients who appeared so relaxed and at ease in my presence that I had no idea that they were profoundly schizoid. After they became more comfortable with me, they would let down their guard and show me how scared they actually felt about the possibility of real contact with another human being. An example, as a young and relatively naive therapist, I did 6 therapy sessions with a young, single, working woman. As she spoke about her issues with her family and a man she liked at work, all her nonverbal cues and her voice tone made her seem very relaxed. After a while, however, I noticed that she only seemed to tell me about events in her life at least 2 weeks after they happened. When I asked her about it, she said, "I am too easily influenced by other people's opinions. If I only tell you things 2 weeks after they happen, I feel more protected because that way you can't have any effect on what I choose to do." Analysis: schizoid individuals sometimes experience difficulties with maintaining the boundary between them and other people. Some report being unable to maintain their own opinions when they imagine others might disagree. This woman used 2 basic strategies to deal with this. She had a highly developed social mask that hid how uncomfortable she really felt in my presence. She carefully and artfully hid anything that felt too important to risk talking about with me. Dissociation: I was at a party when I ran into a schizoid client of mine. I was surprised to see how at ease he seemed in the group because I knew that he had extreme social anxiety. When I asked him about it in his next session, he said that he actually was totally dissociated from his feelings during the party. He smiled and acted a part, but felt nothing at all. He had hidden his real and vulnerable self deep inside him where it would remain safe and protected from anything that happened. All that he showed people at the party was his carefully constructed social mask that made him appear normal and engaged in what was happening. Analysis: many schizoid individuals had horrendous childhoods filled with various forms of painful abuse. As they were too young to physically leave the situation, they learned to mentally leave by dissociating from their body. In adulthood, many still dissociate whenever they feel interpersonal anxiety. Sometimes they have no control over this and it happens automatically. This client called it shutting down. He could still go through the motions of living and often function more efficiently in this dissociated state, but felt as if he were a robot and not a real person. I'm always reminded of the story of Pinocchio, who was a wooden puppet who longed to be a real boy. Punchline: it is quite common for individuals with schizoid issues to feel social anxiety. Many of them develop complex strategies that effectively hide how they are really feeling from those around them. Eleanor Greenberg, Ph.D., CGP, in private practice in NYC and the author of the book, Borderline, Narcissistic, and Schizoid Adaptations, The Pursuit of Love, Admiration, and Safety. www.eleanorgreenberg.com. Find more answers and a free audiobook on how to talk to anyone in the description below. No useless advice like just get out there. I mean actual useful advice from people who have really dealt with shyness and social anxiety and overcome it in their own lives.